welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm WolfsbaneGaming, and we're back with another video on Starfield. This is part 13. If you have not seen verse 12, there will be a link in the down corner of this video to the playlist. Go check it out. And if you are liking this content, then please do hit that like button and down the notification button. Don't forget by hitting that subscribe. Now let's jump in. This is the one that is wanted alive. Gotcha. Shit. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Nice.
That type of power.
Should be able to jump there, and then we can jump the rest of the way.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Fuck, bounty hunters. Dock!
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Hey, stick to targets that shoot back, okay?
I have something for you when you have a moment. Undocking complete, Captain.
We got those greedy bastards! Don't they know your bounty ain't big enough? Guess you couldn't help joining the fray. Just glad you didn't eat it. Because the bounty on your head gets bigger the longer you live. So we just want to make sure it stays that way. Oh, we're way different. We got actual ambition. So, you keep that pretty little mug of yours alive until it's enough for us to retire, okay? Be seeing ya.
Jumping into hyperspace.
Switching over to standard engines.
This is Freestar Collective Space. Hold while we scan your ship. Alright, we're done. Have a good time in Neon.
Jumping into hyperspace.
Nice jump. We're right on target.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm just passing through.
Listen up. You have until I get bored to give us what we want. We could use a vacation. If you're feeling generous, you could help us out. Or we can just dust your ship. If that's how you want to play it. Bring all weapons online. Ha!
Enemy ship! They fixed our systems offline. Their engines are down. They're dead in space.
Okay, I need to
Overthink carrying
rearrange
engines.
some my weapons.
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
I hope what they're carrying is worth all this trouble.
Hey mate.
I have things for you.
You got things for me. That's nice.
Docking seal released. When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Yes?
So, I've given everything we've discussed a lot of thought, and I've decided I'd like Aja Mamasa to conduct our marriage ceremony. I knew you'd understand. So, with that settled, I suppose we just keep it a quiet ceremony? Just the two of us? Oh, that's sweet of you to suggest, but I think bringing Sona all the way to Aja's home would be too much anxiety for the poor girl. We need to give her some time. Honestly, no. I respect everyone at Constellation, but this is part of my personal life. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to keep my personal feelings about us separate from Constellation. If anyone else had suggested that, I'd say no. But hearing it from you, I know in my heart that it's the right thing to do. I'll send her an invite and we'll see if she shows. Anyone else? Or will the three of us with Aja presiding be enough? All right. It's settled then. I'll send a message to Aja, asking for her to preside over the ceremony. As soon as you're ready, let's head to Paradiso. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I love you.
If
If you
are
want
free
help,
soon,
I'm here.
could we talk?
Oh, you're going to make me blush again, aren't you? Every time you say those things, it feels like I'm in heaven. We should get a drink sometime.
Is something amiss? Your investigation with the Freestar Rangers has come to an end. Are you satisfied with the results? Yes, but not everyone walked away, did they? This Ron Hope, supposedly a man of the people, was more concerned with profit than lives. He was not the first, and certainly will not be the last. In the end, he was just a man, and died like any other. At least he will no longer be able to prey on others. I am unsure that death was preferable to justice, but at least the situation is over, and there is no question who was to blame. No, he did not. A very poor decision on his part. Perhaps a lesson to be learned by others who would break the law. At least while you serve as Ranger. I think less of the badge and more of the person wearing it. But you should be proud of your accomplishments. Shall we find some other adventure to occupy us now?
We're going back home to Earth. Initiating grab drive. Jumping into hyperspace.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
Let's go to LA. Now let's go to Cairo.
I picked up something you might be interested in. Enemy putting our shield! Hit them now! We've tagged their engines. Fried their engines. Target has lost its engines. You fried their engines. doorstep there.
Jumping to Jemison. Or Alpha Centauri system. But planet Jemison.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one
UC
place.
security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband.
Our scan detected contraband on board. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Stand down and prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information. Smart decision. Stand by to be boarded and transferred.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
you just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's
Understood.
ready, sir. I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. I'm your ticket out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. That's all you need to know for now. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. It appears you spent several years as a bounty hunter. That type of background will get you quite far around here. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC Sysdef. Are you familiar with what we do? Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC Sysdef is a division of the UC Navy. Well, they handle the big picture stuff. We deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. Not for me. For yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC Sysdef, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. When you broke the law, you forfeited your rights. So basically, I can do whatever the hell I want. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? You aren't leaving until I have an answer. If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
I've got nothing to say to you, convict.
If I can help you with anything, just say the word.
All right, let's
It's
go.
really good talking to you.
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gotta be the commander's new mole, huh? Coming in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Yes?
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
Right, you don't get out of the fucking way, you
Hello.
bitch.
Get out of line and I'll put you down. Clear?
Hey,
All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you. Okay. Hello? Pardon? Yes? What?
Ah, there you are.
Commander.
Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, Sysdef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC Sysdef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get as you were.
Lieutenant!
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Ikande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown. For the sake of the settled systems, that minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return. As compensation. Yes. Commander Akande mentioned that when he proposed the idea. Lucky you. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Thanks.
We'll
Now
be here
piss
if you
off.
need us.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hi, Fasco.
Bon.
Ooh. Guess we better get this done. You lucky bastards.
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And we're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Need one more. So let's see. Geology. Astrophysics. That will work.
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of from the harsh Martian landscape. Thing you might be interested in.
those security uniforms are way cooler than anything we've got. Found a clutch of heat leeches, breeding in the utility section the other day. Not gonna be able to... Almost break time. Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure. The community center on P1 is a good place to connect. The UC exchange is a great place to buy your weapon. The Lux condos aren't anything special, but plenty of people call them home. Used to think I was Vanguard material, till I discovered that space travel turns my stomach in knots. Careful near the railings on the upper levels. Be careful down near the mines and enter. Keep a lookout. Notify us if you see. If you're going to use the elevators or stairs to reach the other levels, try to keep them clean. I can eat one.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no water. It's depressing.
Hello, welcome to the... I've got it. But that's because I... Take a look. Just a reminder.
Yes, he's got aluminium. Sorry about that. Going in polymer as well? Yeah, he does. Let's go.
Remember,
Nah.
See you later, friendo.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
The Trade Authority turning away contraband. Now I've seen everything.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Well, well. It appears she suddenly remembers everything. How nice.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
So, what's new with you today? Always a pleasure. I should start charging for my services.
Thanks.
It was nice talking to you again.
Baby.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're mine.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first. Right down to business, and no small talk. I love.
Well, this is utterly ridiculous. Do we really have to jump through these hoops to get what we need from you?
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I... Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of... He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the table. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable looking guy in the entire place. Why are you still here? Get my money.
Happy to listen.
It's not easy.
Estonia can have depressing.
Layla's been going on about the heart of Mars again. When is she going to give
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? Adler, you said? No. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just... Adler... Oh! Wait, you mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Well, I mean, he doesn't... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? He can't...
Perhaps he's already been through enough.
Holy crap. Really? You do that for me? Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
How's it going?
I don't want any innocent people to die because of a fucking debt. So, just so that I can join the Crimson Dawn. Yes, I'm going to keep calling them Crimson Dawn because I'm used to Star Wars references. I know it's Crimson Fleet, but I prefer the name Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn is a crime syndicate in Star Wars, so duh.
This life ain't easy, but...
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. Nice! You're kind of a net, you know. If you like this kind of work, I can get you more. You think you can handle running with my, That's what I'm talking about. Alright. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash.
Thanks.
Do your part to keep Sidonia.
Rook meets King.
got anything on your scanner?
Hey, get out of my way! This better be good. Huh. Money does fix a lot of problems, doesn't it? Bounties are tools of the power... Are you that gullible? You serious? I don't recognize your...
All thrusters firing. Hell of a view from here.
We're gonna go to Europa.
Wow, look who finds so. Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. You betting your life on that? Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grab drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
Yes, ma'am.
not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
So you're the fleet's new dog, huh? If you ever get to the key, you better sleep with one eye open and 2 pistols loaded. So now what? They're gonna put me in a Sysdef prison? I'm not saying it's worse than death, but it's pretty damn close.
We will make sure Rake's name is... And I hope you do not take this the wrong way, but...
Hey there. Glad to see you again. Hope we can talk later. If you need something, I've got... You can't get rid of me that easily. Back, eh? How's it going? Oh, I love catching up with you. Let's do it again sometime.
Clamps released.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Enemy shield down.
faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got... Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone... Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
And you didn't even scratch the paint.
A vessel like this certainly brings back memories.
Greetings, Captain.
I had a friend on the Ragana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
And my mother wanted me to be a doctor. A doctor? Mothers, am I right?
Oof.
We hunt piracy all across the galaxy.
We're back. Anything to report? We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
I'll do my part to make certain that doesn't happen, Commander.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem. Let them remember, they have no idea who actually hired them. I'd suggest you spend less time worrying about us and more time being concerned with the task at hand. On that note, how did things go with Neva? Were you able to join the fleet? It's a dangerous plan, and you came awfully close to killing an innocent crew. Luckily, you have a good head on your shoulders, and did the right thing. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. That's where you're wrong. You can believe in honor among thieves, but I'd venture they suspect everyone until proven otherwise. You just need to make sure you allay any suspicions they have, staying within the proper moral boundaries, of course. Do what you have to, but not what you can't do.
The Crimson Fleet has yet to leave us enough hard evidence to build a solid case against them. Be careful not to underestimate their intelligence.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of their people.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy and the best way to defeat them. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
So yes, sir.
Heard the Regana made it to port with 0 casualties.
Captain, hello.
You're ready to launch.
We're loose.
Jump into outer space.
I will never get tired of that.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Scan complete. No contraband detected.
By the way, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Apparently he's got some work.
Understood. I'll head right over. Once I've spoken to my parents about my wedding.
I'm planning a grocery run later. Might get some things you like. Feel free to grab anything. I missed you so much, darling.
You've been given a precious... Take care, kiddo.
Sergeant!
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle. Oh, security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Good. Report back here when... Let me know if you have any questions.
So, yes, sir. I'm just fat good, man.
There is simply no all of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You ever hear that one about the orphan?
Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Thank you. He's a scoundrel and a fiend, and I was wrong to ever think otherwise. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Is that what the law says? To be honest, I am not sure. Well, I was going to pawn it off. But what if I don't get a good price? And every second with it is excruciating. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
I'm on the news. I'm on the news, man. I'm on the news.
can I do for you? Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Here, take this. It's well deserved. Starting to run out of credit? Not right now, but John Tuala over at Must might. I hear they're looking for new recruits to join the Vanguard. I check with him. Not right now. Take care.
That is the end of this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, down the notification button, come back, hit my subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. WolfsbaneGaming, signing off.